Pleasant good evening, YouTubers. I know I haven't been around too much lately. Usually this time of year, I don't do a whole lot of videos because, the political season goes into off-season as soon as election day hits for a couple months. But I do have a few videos I'll be posting over the next month, and then definitely things will pick up once we get into January again. But first, if you notice, I've decorated my background a little bit here. Of course, that's a character of yours truly. I talked about that in another video, but that was the local GOP had a picnic in September. They had a caricature guy do characters for free. I think he did a pretty good job. Of course, this is Ted Cruz. That's Ben Carson. These are my boys. That's my sister from 12 years ago, but looks good. Still looks good now, but just kind of more of a sentimental picture of her. And then, of course, that's part of a Thanksgiving card I got from my mom recently. It's got the cool cat on there because I'm a big cat person. Looks like my sister's cat, Sherman, the orange tabby. So there you go. You know your way around my studio now. The topic of this video is Greensboro-opoly. Yes, there is a game, and it's a Greensboro, North Carolina edition of Monopoly. So first, a backstory on this. About probably more than 20 years ago now, when I was like 11 years old. I think it was Easter 1997 at my dad's sister's house in Baltimore. Friend of the family, I forget who it was, but they brought this game, and it was called Baltimore in a Box, but aka now it's called Baltimore-opoly, which is it's a Baltimore edition of Monopoly. So I played it, and it's really cool. And then that Christmas, I got my own copy and had to play it with my, my school friends back then. Now, fast forward over nearly 22 years now, and I've discovered a new game. Well, it's called, see if I can get it here. I don't know if you can see it. Greensboro-opoly. Okay. First, I saw it for sale where I work, and then today I had a special discount that I had to use at where I work, and so I decided to pick up a copy, and the price point's $19.99, right at $20. It's like for a game, board game, that's a little high, but it's not too outrageous, I guess you could say. But I showed you the box, and let me see. This is what you have on the back. These are the game pieces, as you can see. You got the shoe, the pretzel. Is that a dog? The dog. The heart, the big smile, and high five. The game pieces are very ununique, if not lackluster, for a game, so that the game loses points right there for that. The game board, of course, get your dice and your money and all that stuff. The board, again, hard to see, but that's kind of what the board looks like there. And yeah, part of it is kind of torn off, but that's just to make the board a little bit better for folding up, I guess. But as you go around, and of course you start with the go, just like regular Monopoly. And then you have Susie, American Hero dog. I didn't know what that was, but that's actually a dog who probably about 10 years ago was abused and then became a dog for special needs people. It's a really, really neat story about that. Of course, then you have North Carolina barbecue. Greensboro is right on that line between, do you like your Eastern vinegar style barbecue, or do you like your Western, more of your sweet ketchup base tomato sauce, not tomato, well, you eat ketchup, right? The sweet kind, a little bit more dense sauce, Western style barbecue. Honestly, I like them both a lot. And then in lieu of the railroads, in regular Monopoly, you have South Greensboro, West Greensboro, North Greensboro, East Greensboro. Not a whole lot of originality in that, if you think about it. You know, they weren't really thinking a whole lot. Of course, if you know anything about Greensboro, you know North and West is generally the nice part of Greensboro. South and East, not so much. And if you think and if you want to look it up, look at where all the Family Dollar stores are. They're east, and then all the Sears stores are north and west. Okay, then you have Wet and Wild, the water park, Yum Yum Better Ice Cream, which is in downtown Greensboro. They've been around for over 100 years. I've not had their ice cream yet, but I looked them up on the web today, and yeah, I got to go down there and get some soon. The Children's Museum. And then instead of jail, you have Traffic Jam, which for Greensboro's been rated like one of the least congested, like top 5 least congested cities like the last 5 consecutive years. So that one's, yeah, again, didn't do a whole lot of homework. Instead of Traffic Jam, maybe they should have kept it jail, or maybe should have been like Ice Storm, because Greensboro, you know, we get some ice storms in the winter and blizzards and shuts the whole place down, as is par for the course here in the southern U.S. Then we have Dame's Chicken and Waffles. I've heard great things about that. Instead of the waterworks and the power plant, you have food truck festivals and the National Folk Festival. And then you have Cherry Pit Cafe and Pie Shop. That's actually a relatively new place. They've been open like 5 years, but again, they've had rave reviews, and they're actually up in the northern part of Greensboro off of Pisgah, I think that's how you pronounce it, Pisgah Church Road and Lake Jeanette area. Smith Street Diner, I've heard that they have like the best biscuits ever. Haven't been there yet, need to go. The Arboretum, the Bicentennial Garden, and the Historic District. Then you have a space called I Love the Borough, which is equivalent to free parking in Monopoly. But the big difference here is that in Monopoly, when you land on free parking, it's pretty much a vanity space, a hollow space where nothing happens. But as per the instructions on this, the I Love Greensboro space, it says all money required to be paid other than rent and purchase prices of properties is placed in the center of the board. A person landing on I Love Greensboro collects all the money in the center of the board at that time. Now, there's been a debate ever since Monopoly came out like 80 years ago now. The free parking debate. Okay. When I was growing up, I played Monopoly all the time, but I'd play 2 different versions. When I was with my dad, the free parking space would be nothing. But when I played with my friends, we would always make free parking. There'd always be money in the center of the board. We'd start with $1, then do 5, then 10, then 20, then keep going up to 500. Then we start over again, and we have that as a base for a jackpot. But then any money collected besides properties and rents, your income tax, your what have you, I guess, that sort of thing. Anything besides properties, we would put in the center of the board, and then you land on free parking, and you get the money. One time, though, we decided to put all the money collected in the free parking. The problem with that is, though, the bank runs out of money, and then your game's shot, pretty much. But continuing now around the board. So now we're getting up to the high dollar areas. We have First National Bank Field. That's where the minor league baseball team, Greensboro Grasshoppers, plays. They used to be an affiliate of the Florida Marlins, and now they're an affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates farm system. I believe it's low A or high A, one of those two levels. A&T State University, which should be called NC A&T State University, a little error there. The Coliseum Complex. Most of your big concerts and a lot of your big conventions and shows are at the Coliseum Complex. Also, if you've never been to Greensboro before, there's a wonderful visitor center right there. They have all kinds of freebie papers, all kinds of brochures on everything you want to know about Greensboro is in that little building. Some really, really nice ladies there too. Science Center, the Carolina Theater, the Weatherspoon Art Museum. Okay, and then you have the exit to traffic jam space, which you land on that. Like in Monopoly, if you land on go to jail, well, you go to jail. This one, exit to traffic jam, you go to traffic jam. Then, of course, you have to roll. You have to pay $50 or try and roll doubles. But after you try 3 times, though, you have to pay the fine. Okay, Blandwood Mansion, Greensboro Historical Museum, and the International Civil Rights Museum. Okay. And then, let's see, we have Guilford County Courthouse. Okay, that is in lieu of, we're on, what's Park Place and Boardwalk in Monopoly. These are the 2 most expensive properties. One of them is the Guilford County Courthouse. Yeah, that's, that should be something different. That should be like, I don't know, Summerfield or Oak Ridge or, the Northwest, Lake Jeanette. Using the courthouse as one of the most expensive properties, yeah, that's another error in this game, I think. Oh, and besides that, they have a picture of Nathaniel Greene, by the way, the Civil War general, and along the horseback. But that's actually at the Guilford National Battlefield, which is like 10 miles from the courthouse in downtown Greensboro. And then you have, let's see, parking ticket instead of the income tax space. And then, like all of the games from the company's called Late for the Sky Production Company, and they do all these Opoly games. You have Big Fun and Contingency, which are different kinds of cards that you get to draw if you land on Big Fun or Contingency, just like in regular Monopoly, if you land on Community Chest or Chance. Now, I'm not going to read or show you all the cards, but I'll show you the ones that are a little different from regular Monopoly. Okay, I'll do the Contingency ones first. Street Cuisine. All tokens advance to food truck festival space. If owned, all tokens pay rent. So that's one for you. Too many hot dogs and Cheerwine sodas at Yum Yum Better Ice Cream. Lose 1 turn. Your dragster placed first at the Piedmont Dragway. Collect $20. It's your big night. Advance to the Carolina Theater. Contingency. Dependence on chance. An uncertain event. Allow the player to your left to move your token to any space. Walk your dog. Advance to South Greensboro. You recycled all of your aluminum cans. Collect $15. Boy, it'd be nice if they actually did that here. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Out of gas. Pay $75 to fill up. Wow, that's some expensive gas. Today I filled up my Honda Accord for only like less than $25. And I paid, well, the gas station I was at was $2.44, but I had 30 cents off from the Harris Teeter Fuel Rewards program, which is an awesome program. If you live anywhere in the southeast or mid-Atlantic states, you need to take advantage of Harris Teeter Fuel Rewards. You get, double points when you buy any gift cards there, and then 1 point for every dollar. And then once you hit 100 points, you get 10 cents off, and you get up to 1,000 points or $1 off gas. Shameless plug alert there. Okay, we have shop. Place $200 in the center of the board. And, oh yeah, that's another thing about this game, was there was no mention of the friendly center, which has been around since like the 1950s, I think, or even the Four Seasons Mall, which has been around since the 70s, or even the Curry Convention Center. Yeah, so this game was a little half-ass, I should say, and I mean, it's great that they have these Opoly games, but really they could do a little bit more research, I think. There's your contingency cards. Then we have Big Fun. Ooh. You rock, really. You are so cool. Advance to the space of your choice. That's a really good card for a game. Vacation. Collect $50 from each player for your trip. It's another neat. Monday morning. Roll again and move back the number of spaces shown on the dice. Turn the alarm off and lose one turn. This is probably the best one here. Play the lottery. Place any amount up to $50 in the center of the board for tickets. Choose a number between 2 and 12. If you roll your chosen number, you collect 10 times the amount you placed in the center. Detour. Get out of traffic jam free card. 4:05 p.m. You've been towed. Pay $50 to the center of the board. Property tax. Pay $25 for each city block owned. $100 for each key of the city. So, in regular Monopoly, it's houses and hotels. In the Cityopoly series, it's city blocks and keys to the city. Okay. And I didn't go over all these cards because a lot of them are basically the same as regular Monopoly, so I don't want to waste time. But okay. So what score do I give this game overall? If you like Monopoly, you will probably enjoy this game. But if you're more of a collector of just all things Greensboro, you're probably going to be a little disappointed because there's no mention of the Friendly Center, the Curry Convention Center, Four Seasons Mall, Guilford National Battlefield, any of the parks really too. I'd have to give this, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say about a 6. I have to give it that. It's something I should have done at the beginning of my video. There's a little backstory on the company that makes this game. It's called Late for the Sky. And it's a company based out of Cincinnati. They began making specialty board games in 1984. It says our first game was Miamiopoly, based on Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, which is about 30 miles from Cincinnati. The company founder and president is a 1980 graduate of Miami University, and her time spent there served as inspiration for the first game. And then the title list soon spread to around 80 major U.S. colleges. Each game is a walk around specific university, and the board spaces are the campus buildings, local businesses, and traditions that are special to that school. Then it talks a little bit about environmental sustainability. All our games are made in the USA, produced in Lake for the Sky, Cincinnati facility. The game parts are all domestic, and most are produced less than 50 miles from the operation. And let's see. And I was blown away. Of course, they have all the colleges. These are basically just your big state schools. There's no... One of the colleges I attended, Southeastern University, there's none of there's not what's that, Slippery Rocks College in Pennsylvania. There's not the little private colleges now. Just your they have like NC State-opoly, Chirpopoly for University of Maryland, that sort of thing. They actually have, believe it or not, different versions of the game for food lovers. They have Baconopoly, Brewopoly, Chocolateopoly, Wineopoly, and Cocktailopoly, right? And let's see, and oh my gosh, the city versions of Monopoly, wow, is a long list. I mean, let's see, I'm trying to scroll here. I mean, they have all your big cities, but they have Altoonaopoly, which is a small city in Pennsylvania. They have Atlanta, Asheville, Bensonopoly, named after Benson, Arizona. I have no idea where that is, but yeah, you just scroll and it's just Parisopoly, Rehoboth Beachopoly. It's crazy. Just see, they don't have Ocean City on there, do they? No. Tennesseeopoly, Topekaopoly, Treasure Coastopoly, which is where my parents live down in Florida. Valrico, which is, I'm trying to think where that is. If it's where I think it is, let me scroll down here. Yeah, it's a little suburb of Tampa. I mean, Uvaldeopoly, Waxahachieopoly, Wichita, Waynesboro, Williamsburg, Winchester, Virginia. Oh my gosh, they have Wilmington, North Carolina version of Monopoly. Wow. Let's see. I just want to scroll one more time here. And Yuba City, wherever, Yukon, Wise County. Where is that? Of course, they have Winston-Salem. That's the ugly little sister of Greensboro, I guess you could say. Yeah. Okay. And they also have even some versions that are designed for kids, like Ice Creamopoly, Fairyopoly, Monsteropoly. Let's see. Life's Big Events. Let's see what that is all about. Bibleopoly, Christmasopoly, Over the Hillopoly. They have won a bunch of animals and dogs, and so yeah. And now, how to order these? Of course, if you live in the Greensboro area, you can just go to Walmart or Walmart Neighborhood Market and purchase Greensboro like I did today. Or what you have to do is you have to go to lateforthesky.com, and Late for the Sky is all one word together, okay? And then you're going to hit the purchase first you're going to look at the ready to play games, and that has all your different version of the Monopoly. But then you're going to have to go to purchase today on the website, and they have an 800 number that you have to call, and they're only open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is not like Amazon.com where you can just go to the website, click what you want, and then 5 seconds later enter your credit card information, you're done. No, you actually have to call the 800 number and tell them what you want. So it's a little old-fashioned, it's a little inconvenient, but still, for the quality of product they produce and all the different versions of Monopoly, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. Well, that is all. Thanks for watching The Conservative Pelican. Bye-bye.